This is the best of Bassem Youssef.
Because I heard Ben Shapiro and I heard Ron DeSantis, and they said Israel is the only military force in the world that warns civilians before bombing them. I mean, how cute. That is so nice of them. Because with this logic, if Russian troops started warning Ukrainians before bombing their houses, we're cool with Putin, right?
Here's Bassem comparing Israel to Homelander.
Israel wants you to believe that they are the victim. Dealing with Israel is so difficult. It's like being in a relationship with a narcissistic psychopath. He up and then he makes you think it's your fault.
All right,
you
Bassem.
look at Israel as Superman, but they're really Homelander.
He has a new name for Joe Biden.
He actually coined a new name for Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Geriatric Genocide Biden. The guy is not even like good enough to be a genocide guy. He's geriatric. He's dementic, and I want him to go back down in history, losing this for people because people need to understand that you cannot. Yes,
as a significant voice in the Arab American community, you're telling me you want Joe Biden to lose.
I want him to lose. I don't care about Trump winning, but I want Joe Biden to win because this guy, he's one of all we ask for him is ceasefire.
This next clip is a brilliant shut-up call from Bassem over the other person's ignorant assumptions, making it one of the savage moments of Bassem Youssef.
While being uninformed makes you look very stupid.
Tell me why. Tell me how the population has gone from 2 million to 5 million.
Yeah, because most of the 1.5 extra million didn't come from Gaza. They were pushed away from other parts of Israel. So most of these people, they have increased because of refugees being kicked out.
If you're talking about the settlers, those are tens of thousands.
I'm talking about
those
Gaza.
aren't millions of people.
Dude, listen, my wife's family is not from Gaza, and yet they found themselves in Gaza because they were sitting in other cities and villages outside Gaza. This is the systemic pushing of people from other parts of Israel, pushing them to Gaza.
That's not millions of people. This is why I said that you're intellectually dishonest or intellectually lazy.
No.
That's not the cause of millions of people being moved. I'm familiar with the settler stuff and the disengagement in 2006.
You don't know what you're talking about. These are people that
millions
were outside.
of people?
What?
Okay.
The people who belong to Gaza are 700,000 people. Right now, Gaza is 2.2 million. That is not birth rate, my friend. These are people pushed from, and by the way, that's not the first time. 1948, at the night of the declaration of the State of Israel, 1.5 million Palestinians were moved overnight. So it's not the first thing. So before you giving me numbers you want to appear smart, know what are behind the numbers, because these are not people giving babies.
Okay.
These are people being pushed from other places in order to be part of the open air prison that it is.
Okay.
In an interview with Piers Morgan, Bassem Youssef revealed that there is no free speech in the U.S. when it comes to Israel.
I refused to come on your show when your producer first called me for the first interview. Because I was scared. I was afraid. For me, that was a career suicide. This is even important because you are someone who's always talked about against cancel culture, about speaking your mind out. Speaking your mind out. I left Egypt and I came to America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, but I didn't know that there was a fine print said that you cannot speak about Israel. I have issue with that.
An analogy for Palestine.
And I'll tell you, I will give you a 5 years old analogy.
Please.
Palestine is like a fishbowl. A fishbowl. It's a lot of fish. It's condensed. There's so much fish in so little air. And Israel is like the person over that bowl and just crashing the bowl, killing the bowl, taking the fish anytime. Because we talk about hostages, but we never talk about Palestinian hostages. There are before October 7th, 5,000 Palestinian hostages in the prison of Israel. Now there's 12,000. Every single day, Israel can go in any house, take the house, burn the land, burn the olive oil, take the people, put them in. Isn't that hostage? That is a hostage situation that's been going on for years. So Israel can do anything with this fishbowl. At a certain point, Israel is just hovering over that fishbowl. And then at one moment, a fish crazy enough, suicidal enough, will jump from the bowl through the air, bite the pinky of Israel. And Israel oh my God, that bit my pinky, my hand was not even in the bowl. And then they go in and they destroy the bowl. And all you can see is Israel pinky. You know what I call this? Tunnel vision.
His brilliant retort for Israel's claim of Hamas using civilians as human shield.
If we agree that for the 14,000 casualties, who's counting, are human shield, does that mean that every single one of those civilians was standing, obscuring a military target behind them? Because that's a lot of weapons. Hamas is packing.
Bassem also explained the psychology behind the resistance.
You have to cease fire right now. Because there's no point of like killing civilians every day thinking that you're going to like eradicate it. Because here's the thing. Let's say, for example, that Israel is right. We need to eradicate Hamas. You have killed like almost 15,000 civilians. How many Hamas like fighters have you created? 15,000 people.
Yeah.
Plus 20,000 people injured. Now this is like a total of 35,000, 40,000 people who have families, who have brothers, who have sons, we have fathers. How many people have you radicalized? For everyone, even Elon Musk said, look, for every person you kill, you create more Hamas fighters. Those Hamas fighters that you claim that you're killing, don't they have family? They want to avenge them? So the whole idea of like, oh, let's eradicate. Terrorism is not like a ghost. It's not like these are people.
Bassem Youssef also gives a relatable Gen Z example to explain the relationship of Israel and the United States.
You know what does it sound like? You know, like people like doing bro language. It's like, hey, I'm with my girlfriend and I need you to verify everything. And your bro will lie for you. Like America is Israel's bro. It is lying for Israel on behalf of Israel. And Israel's like, I think you're going too much.
Even the Israelis are talking.
Like the Israeli media have talked about the Hannibal Directive many times on their media. They even had a girl, her name is Yasmin Borat. She's one of the hostages. She was locked in a house where 40 terrorists were locking in 14 hostages. And they said like, we were shot and we had like Israeli tanks firing on us, killing everybody. And she came on a podcast and said that. And the American and the British media, nothing.
No.
This is the best bro cover-up I've ever seen in my life.
Before becoming a comedian, Youssef was a heart surgeon. He made a significant career switch when he began making satirical YouTube videos during the Egyptian Revolution in 2011.
I was too scared to take a decision in my career, so at a certain point I was doing both, which was funny because I started to get famous and I would go to the hospital and people recognize me. And I don't think that they took me seriously because like they watch me to laugh, and then I'm coming here to talk to them about their heart operation, their open heart. Like, are you gonna change my valve, or just gonna? Is that candid camera?
Do you miss being a heart surgeon? Do you miss that part of it?
No. I don't miss the load work. I don't miss any of that.
Bassem talks about how American presidents are cowards.
America has to tell Israel stop, because basically Israel is a client state. It's taking all of its money in the States. It has actually sucked America dry with all of the money that it's taking away from him, and yet it's not doing anything.
So why do you think Biden administration is not telling them to stop?
Because they are cowards. Because it seems that every 4 years, every American president go and kiss the hand and bend the knees and go to AIPAC to make them sure that Israel is much more important in their foreign policy than America itself.
Bassem Youssef's outspoken activism gives hope to many in the world. He continues to speak up about social issues and also uses dark humor to spread awareness about the issues in the world. His journey from being a cardiothoracic surgeon to a social media activist shows his dedication to speaking up about these issues. May Allah support Brother Bassem and his work and keep him steadfast in Islam.